Didn't get it. Yeah. Alright, so that strat's probably impossible. I'm going to move on to the tutorial section of the stream. Alright. So switch to optimal 3, copy 10. Alright. So this is how to beat the heist optimally. Well, not optimally. This is how to speedrun the heist with somewhat safe strats, I guess. So right click to start here. Then you can right click with recharge immediately from the starting spot and it will charge you up. Then what I usually do is I walk forward and then I right click on start slideshow. So I'm going to go through that at full speed this time. Like that. Except that time I didn't have enough energy, which is something that actually happens a surprising amount of the time. If you run out of energy, you can just slash kill. Since it hasn't started the intro cutscene sequence yet, it won't reset. Like, since this map has intro cutscene skip, you don't have to worry about like getting a fresh copy if you die before then. So let me just do it again. Playing it a little bit safer this time. Alright. Safe strats on stairs. I would recommend not sprint jumping here. You can cut corners like this by jumping at the right time, but it's hard. And so I'd recommend just sprinting your way up the stairs.
So what exactly
on the roof, you can just sprint jump.
You there?
Here, it's a left turn, go down, turn around, and then another left turn.
Nice way to start a heist.
Alright.
I guess your mic is busted.
Now,
Just
level
keep
0.
going. It doesn't matter.
The first thing you want to do in this level is go to the right. And we're going to have to grab the yellow key card and then immediately leave. That's the only thing we want to do in this level. So, out of here, turn around 180 out of the vent, then go right.
I'm serious. Don't move.
And then here, in this desk, you got your yellow key card, which you want to grab. Then, right-click it on the key card reader, and then pull down that lever. I'm actually going to get busted, because I want to show off the alternative strat. This alternative strat is somewhat safer, but it's also a lot slower, and so I wouldn't recommend it. So instead, here, what you do is first you run to the security office,
see if you can do something
hack both computers. This is basically the intended strat right here. Then come over here and open up this office.
Break into the office next door. Hurry up though. We don't have all
then
night.
Hack that computer. And then you can hug the wall on this side to avoid getting spotted at all by the camera. Then you don't have to run past that guy. You can either wait for him to move or hug the wall again.
That's where you have to go.
Then go all the way around to here. Grab the key card and then leave. I'll show off the fast strat one more time here. So the only item you need in this level with the fast strat is the key card. So you may as well click on the last slot of your inventory in advance like I do. So just run through this hallway, then into the support office, grab yellow key card, right click it, and you're out of that level. Alright, next up is the robots level. This is probably the hardest level in the run. Actually, it's almost certainly one of the hardest levels in the run, but it all depends on what kind of strats you do. I'm going to show off all 3 strats. They're pretty much the same though. So out of the elevator, immediately you want to take a right and head to sensor research and then grab the prototype in here. So just hack that.
Hack the prototype.
Then from here you have 2 options. The safe strat here is to hug the wall and then come into this office. This is also the 2015 strat. Then once you're in here, hack this computer, and that's going to disable that camera right there. And then you wait for the camera to get disabled, and then you can sprint jump past that robot. I'd recommend doing it in the corner since, like, right before he turns, basically. Then you have to sprint jump through this room, then up into the vent, and it's the first room right here. You just grab hacking, and then leave this room. Sometimes you'll hack this thing through the wall. That's completely fine. You have more than enough energy in this level. Then you run back through here, come back to the security office, and hack the other computer to reset the alarm status. If you have a low alarm status, you can maybe skip this visit. It's up to you, I guess. Then come over here and hack this door. Sometimes, depending on how high your alarm level is, you may or may not want to wait for the camera. And you also want to pay attention because that camera can spot you through the door as long as the door is open. So then, hack the recharge, move over here, grab the yellow key card. If you have keycard preservation, you can skip that step and just go straight out of the room. Then here, you can just run past if the camera's... If your alarm level isn't too high, you can just run straight over there. If your alarm level is too high, you can just run into that green area while you wait for the camera to turn back. And then I'm just going to pick up straight from there. So you've made it all the way to recharge research. You've picked up this and you grab the key card. Then you make your way out here and survive until you make it pretty much here. Then here, what you want to do is you can use either of these entrances. Usually, I find the first one's more consistent with keycard preservation and security office skip, and the second one's more consistent without to not get spotted. Enter the camera maintenance room and grab the final keycard in the level. Then you want to walk out, go to the left here, and then here, depending on how high your alarm level is, you may want to hug the wall instead of taking the direct route like I do. And then just right-click on that reader, and then pull the lever to go to the next level. And now I'm going to show off the slightly better strategy, which is what I do in most of my runs. It's still fairly consistent. I'd say I get it like 80 to 90% of the time, so it's pretty good. It does require you to be fast though, and sometimes you'll still get busted no matter what. So you might need low lag to get it. So the beginning here is the same. You just go into sensor research, grab this, and then here you want to take a left instead of going into the security office, and then sprint jump past this camera and that robot. Sprint jump past this camera as well. And then once you're up here, the rest of the route is pretty much the same. Here you have to also sprint jump past that camera. Sometimes it doesn't see you, I'm not sure why. And then you head to the security office, reset your alarm level, and disable the camera. So that looks like this, and like that. And then you just keep going to recharge, get the recharge to level 2 and the yellow key card, and go grab the green key card as usual. Yeah, I should not have done that there because I was not doing keycard preservation, and therefore security office skip. Keycard preservation actually has nothing to do with it. And then make it past here, open up the level, and then go down. And I'm going to showcase the final strat. Doing this like it's nothing. Yeah, once you get consistent at it, everything becomes fairly easy. It's just knowing where to go and going there fast. Going fast actually makes things a lot easier because the faster you go, the less time the cameras have to spot you. And the final strat here, which I would not recommend you go for unless you're going for like world record, is security office skip. And this strat's really hard. Usually I'll get it like 10 to 20% of the time. So you want to do the same beginning as my strat. And here you need to actually hope that you do not have very high alarm level. Unlike me. Typically, you want to look for less than half of your alarm bar here. Less than a quarter is even better. And then you have to run back through there without getting spotted. Run past the security office, and then the rest of the level is the same. For demonstration purposes, I'm actually going to give myself a bunch of experience so I don't have to worry about getting busted, just to show this off. Never mind. So yeah, the ending strat's the same though. So I'll showcase my strat once again, which is not the safest, but I think it's a good combination for a beginner because it's pretty fast, but it's also pretty safe. Actually, no, I'll do the 2015 strat because depending on how much lag you have, my strat might not be possible. So you just go in here, grab this prototype, straight ahead, or hug the wall, whichever you prefer. Open up the security office, and only hack this computer to your left for now. Wait for that camera to get disabled. Then you can either run past that robot or wait for him. Run past that camera. Hack this. Didn't get the second hack there. It doesn't matter either way. And I'm not entirely sure what causes you getting a second, like hacking the other keypad through the wall. Then here, come back, reset your alarm status. I always jump back there to try and avoid getting spotted too much until the doors open. If you really want to risk it, you can go back when you think the door's about to open instead of when the light on the keypad's already green. Grab green keycard, turn around. You can use sensor here if you're low on alarm level. I'm not super low, so I won't use it. Well, I'll activate it, but I won't use it. And then you just walk to the end. Alright, this next level, I'm going to show off both the keycard preservation and non-keycard preservation strats since they're different. So for keycard preservation, just spam click night vision goggles and it'll let you keep your keycards. So out here, for both strats, you'll always want to go to the right. And you always want to end up here. Then I'll show off the keycard preservation strat first. You want to get into X-ray research and grab the X-ray mode. And then you want to come out of that room over to support office and grab the red keycard. If you don't grab the red keycard, the game will not think you've completed all the objectives on the level, and so it won't let you continue to the next level. Then you come over to here, sensor level 2 research, and grab sensor level 2. Then I always turn on X-ray right away and run through the hall here to get to this wall. Then this is pretty much the spot you want to be in to read the note, and you have to be facing the wall. After that, you run over to the elevator, activate it, and that's the end of the level.
I guess you're gonna have to find the code.
I'm going to get busted here, and I'm going to show off the non-keycard preservation strat. This level isn't that bad. Usually, you won't take pretty much any alarm level if you're doing the non-keycard preservation strat. So, getting busted is not something that you have to worry about in this level. So here for non-keycard preservation, once again you go to the right, and you go all the way down this hall. Except this time, you want to go past the X-ray room and to the red keycard first. Then from here, you need to backtrack all the way back to the first room right here. Or you can use this entrance. This entrance is slightly slower, but it's up to you. Then once you're in here, you want to turn left. And in this desk, you'll find the green keycard. And you might want to clear your alarm status as well. If you do it from here, it doesn't lose that much time. However, it does lose like half a second. So for a beginner, I'd recommend clearing it. Then here, there are two different strats you can take. You can either go back down the ladder, but what I like to do is I like to go all the way down and then to the right, and then just drop down there. It's slightly faster since you can stay sprint jumping in the vent for longer. And then from here, you just grab X-ray mode, and the route's exactly the same. For this robot, right now I'm stuck, and since I'm showing this off, my alarm level is kind of high. So instead of just running past him like I normally would, I'll wait for him to turn. This guy turns a lot. And so all you have to do is wait for him to turn, like that, and then run. That robot right there will sometimes be around here, but usually he's not something that you have to worry about for the non-keycard preservation strat. So then grab sensor level 2 as usual, turn on X-ray. Also, there is no robot here in the non-keycard preservation strat, which is nice. Look at the wall from... You can... I guess a good cue for it is you're like diagonally down from this block right here. Then you just hack the elevator and get out of there. I'll show off that strat one more time. I don't know how I kept my keycards there. Okay. Oh, it's because the yellow keycard doesn't get reset during this level. So even if you get busted, you'll keep it. I guess that's useful to know if you're doing keycard preservation. Otherwise, not very useful. Alright, so from here, just run, take a right. You won't have the used keycard in your inventory yet. You'll pick it up once you get the red keycard. Then grab the red keycard from this desk. It's the first desk on your left. Run back. Right click on the maintenance door, get up. If I can do it. Okay, there we go. Sprint jumping in the vent. You, instead of holding the spacebar like you would normally to sprint jump, you should mash the spacebar because... Okay, apparently I lied about you being able to hack it from there. I'm not sure exactly what the hitbox is. If you just hold space, it looks like this. Whereas, if you mash space, it looks like this. And you go a lot faster. Then, X-ray research. Grab the prototype in here. I already grabbed that key card, so I don't need to grab it again. Yeah, that robot was a lot closer this time. If you're even faster, he might be in your way, but he won't be in your way by much, and your alarm level should be pretty low, so you can just run past him. Grab sensor level 2. I don't know why I was getting spotted there. That sometimes does happen. It is something that you kind of have to watch out for. I'll wait here since my alarm level is too high to run for it. And then go past, access the next level, and then go down. Boom. And I'm going to do keycard preservation once again to show off what that strat looks like. Alright, here the keycard preservation, non-keycard preservation, and any percent routes are vastly different, so I'll show them off. So what you want to do here is immediately start sprint jumping to get past that laser. You have to sprint jump from the elevator all the way to here, otherwise you will not make it. You can also wait. It's up to personal preference. Then this robot will be in a bad spot. He's going to be like all the way back here. So you can either wait for him or you can run. Here, since I'm showcasing the keycard preservation strat, I will wait for him, since that's what I do in my runs as well. Sometimes I don't wait for him all that long, though. And then grab magnet, come out of here, run past that camera. That robot will rarely spot you. I'm not sure why. And then you want to get into the men's restroom, first door on the left right here. Then get up. Here, there's another vent that goes up. You want to get up again, and then go to the left.
Oh, look at you.
Then down here, right-click to grab stealth.
What now?
Then you need to run past this. Stealth doesn't last that long. And recharge after that. Since stealth uses up so much energy that it's usually not possible to beat the level without recharging. If you did everything else perfectly up to this point, it might be possible to do the level without recharging. Usually I'll go for a level without recharging, but for a beginner, it's not something I'd recommend. Then back into the vent. Just go forward until the end of the vent. Out of the vent right there. Sometimes you'll get spotted by that robot. Usually not, though. And then once you're about here, then you want to right-click with stealth and start sprinting. And just get as far as you can with stealth. And then right-click on the elevator, and then you'll complete the level. It's worth noting that sometimes the lever doesn't immediately take you down. I don't know what causes that. It seems kind of random. So,
Who knew? You're actually a capable thief.
if you have low alarm level, low energy rather, and high alarm level, or low alarm level, yeah, you can potentially run through this, but I wouldn't recommend it. Now I'll show off the non-keycard preservation strat. There's only a single keycard in this level, but it's the hardest to grab in any level. So once again, you want to immediately start sprint jumping. Then what I do here is actually run here, run all the way to the door, and then run back. And usually I'll take a fairly high alarm level while doing this. And then just run to the door again and get in. So here, you get magnet mode. And then I'll actually go through this vent and hack that computer and this computer. That way it disables that camera and also clears my alarm status. This is just mail, you don't need to hack it. You can if you want to, but it's just slightly slower since you have to recharge more. That robot will sometimes spot you. Not much you can do about that. That robot's also in a slightly worse spot, but usually doesn't spot you either. Then here, you want to go through the vent again. Same route as before. Grab stealth and get out. This time though, the route out of the vents is slightly different. I'm just recharging here. Depending on personal preference, you can choose whether you want to recharge there or in the next spot. Then you want to come down in the first vent here. And you can either run past that robot or stealth past. Then go past this laser. And in this room, hug the wall. Always hug the wall. No matter how skilled you are, you have to hug it. Then you make it to this area. And you want to magnetize up. Like this. You could probably get away with not magnetizing if your alarm level was like 0, but otherwise you have to magnetize. Then stealth past that laser, and then get into this room. Even if you have the red keycard, the keycard reader will not register it here, because you're not supposed to have it in this level. Then, from this desk, you want to grab the green keycard, and I'd recommend at least recharging here all the way to full energy, because you're going to need it to do that run past the laser and everything else at the end like I do. I might as well show off the intended strat there this time since I've already shown off how to run past it. So here, you can just walk off the edge of the magnet blocks. So like if I walk perpendicular to them, it'll move me down. Or you can disable it normally. Sometimes that robot will be annoying, you'll have to stealth down this hallway. And now I'll showcase the intended strat here. So you're supposed to stealth. And then it turns out that right there, see how behind that robot, the camera can't see you? The robot is actually blocking the camera's field of view. And so what you can do is you can wait until the robot's like right here, and then the camera won't see if you're like on the right side right here. And so you can like stay next to the robot like this, and then the camera won't be able to see you. And then same for the ending. I'm now going to show off the final strat for this level, which is the any percent strat. I'm not very consistent at it though. So the beginning strat is exactly the same as the non-keycard preservation strat. Or I call it the non-keycard preservation strat, but it's actually not. It's just the not going to the security office strat. So rather, you run in front of that robot like this. And then when the doors open, you run in. So that's the same as the strat that I used to do. Then you want to get up into this vent. And I'm not 100% sure how this glitch works, but you may want to close the vent cover right here since it makes trying again faster. And then you want to get pretty close to the center of the block. I don't know if it matters, but the world record holder specified that he seemed to get it more when he was closer to the center of the block. And then just start spam right-clicking, space, and start spam clicking, and you have to right-click and hit space as fast as you can until you get out of bounds. It's very rare to get this on the first try. Alright, almost had it there. And then once you're out, you actually want to follow this dirt through here and like squeeze between these different areas. So I'll show off that path again. You'll get yourself out of bounds right about here. And then you want to follow here. The dirt's a good indicator of telling you where to go. Follow the andesite then, and then you'll reach these buttons. Then what you want to do is right-click this button right here, level -6, and that will bring you to the final level in the game. I'm not going to do it right now because I want to show off all the other levels as well first. And to show them off better, actually, yeah, I'll get busted here. Getting busted brings you back inbounds, so if you get this glitch accidentally, it is possible to recover from it. It's usually a pretty big time loss though, since you have to get busted to get back in bounds. I'll show off the non-keycard preservation strat one more time. So run past that robot, and then run back. Then here, once the door turns green, or if it's about to turn green, depending on whichever you prefer, run in, go over here, reset alarm level, come back through the vent, don't know why I'm using sensor there since I always run through here anyway. Then first door on the right, or left rather, then go up here, then turn left, get stealth mode, recharge, open the vent while you can open the vent while you're recharging, which can save a little bit of time. You can open it afterwards as well, as just personal preference. Opening it while you're recharging is slightly faster. Stealth through here, hug the wall, magnetize. Here I magnetize while running forward, but I missed it there. And then hack into the Gameband assembly control room. Here you can grab the keycard while recharging, which saves a bit of time. Once you've got full charge, time to run back out. Managing your stealth is really important in this game because stealth uses a ton of energy. Here I'll run past this guy. That was not a good move. And then stealth all the way to the end, hoping that you don't get busted there if your alarm level is as high as mine. Alright, next level is sonar level. This level is least favorite level, especially the ending. If you mean the lasers level, yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, the ending is a pain. It's terrible. This level is also terrible, but for different reasons. This level has the sonar cameras, and instead of detecting you, like, instead of giving you, say, one alarm level every frame that they can see you, they'll give you X alarm level, where X is based on how fast you're moving if you get hit by a sonar pulse. And so that makes them really annoying and hard to deal with. I've already been sitting here for a while, which is not great because it's going to throw off the robot patterns. Here, you just want to run past the first camera, no stealth needed. And then here, jump off and then magnetize. If you can magnetize before hitting the bottom, that's great. If not, what you can do is hold the spacebar while you're in the water, navigate until you're right underneath those blocks, and then magnetize. Then here,
Wait,
that robot's usually going to be in your way, so you just run past him. Then you activate sensor and run. The second, like right before that blue pulse hits you, you want to stop moving. Another thing that you can do is you can actually use the audio cue. When it beeps, that means the sonar pulse just passed over you. So from here, you want to magnetize. You're normally going to be facing this way, so you want to go to the right and then go up again. There is a laser here, so you have to be careful. You have to stealth and then get down, like that. In this room, you grab this prototype. The sonar actually can't detect you on these 3 blocks, so you have to be careful when using the audio cue there. And then hack this computer. This can disable all the sonars in the entire level. Oh, I'm showing off the non-keycard preservation strat. In the non-keycard preservation strat, in one of these 2 desks, I forget which, there's the red keycard, so you want to grab it and then leave. In the keycard preservation strat, as you can see, these are actually now disabled. I don't know why it's not showing like the graphic of them being disabled. Oh, it's because I have particles turned down. If you were doing the keycard preservation strat, instead of going into the vent there, you'd right-click on this keycard reader and then go in that way instead. And then just run past here. And the path through the maze here is very specific. It also depends on the robot patterns. Since the robot patterns are different here, the path may not work, but I'll still try it. So you want to run forward until you hit this glass. Then hug the left wall. Here you can either hug the left wall, or it's slightly faster to go here instead. Then continue hugging the left wall up until the end of the maze. Then here, you want to recharge. For beginner, I'd recommend recharging to full. You only need about 110 units of energy to beat the level though with keycard preservation. This desk has the yellow keycard, assuming you have not done keycard preservation.
Look at I said that. That was horrible.
And there are actually 2 recharges here, so if one runs out of power, you can just use the other one. Then grab stun mode, and the path out of the maze is exactly the same as the path in, except this time you want to hug the right wall. Oh my gosh, that startled me so much. I'm not used to this pattern. And then you can take a shortcut through here if you'd like. Then you do have to stealth through this, but you can just run here since the sonars are already disabled. Then I always run past here while hugging the wall since the camera usually won't spot you there. And then here in all floors I'll run past. However, you may want to wait for those sonar robots to be facing in a good direction. That robot usually isn't a problem. He's actually coming down the other direction, so you just run past him. Then you come into here, right click on X-ray level 2 research, grab the prototype.
So, what does the link?
And then for the ending, there are 2 different strats that you can do, depending on how high your alarm level is. Here, my alarm level is pretty high, so I'm going to have to do the safe strat. So what I'm going to have to do here is, the robot's already facing a good spot, so walk close behind the robot while avoiding the sonar pulses. And as you can see, while I'm behind that guy, the camera can't spot me. The alternative is you can run through either normally or with stealth. So this time I'm going to show off the non-keycard preservation strat. And usually you want to line yourself up back there, because if you don't, then sometimes you'll miss this jump. I'm going to actually reset this level just to make sure that the robot patterns are what I'm familiar with. Come on, game. Okay, there we go. So just run through here. Magnetize up. This robot's in the way. Doesn't matter. Just run past him. Then stop before the blue pulses detect you. It takes some getting used to. Getting past sonars is not easy. Then stealth. Sometimes that hits you as you're moving down. That's really unfair, but not much you can do about it, unfortunately. And then here, if you want to be safe, you can just wait until that thing's disabled. Otherwise, you can immediately start moving towards the door. Stealth past. Hack into here. Then I'll use the shortcut here, which is slightly faster and also slightly safer. If you're going for no keycard preservation, the robots will almost never be an issue here. Grab keycard and stun, and then recharge all the way to full. That recharge ran out. You can tell because it's red, so I'm just going to finish recharging there. That robot is sometimes annoying on the way back if you're not doing keycard preservation. But usually you can just run past any robot pattern that you get there. Here, just run past this camera. Oh, right. I should showcase the safety strat. The safety strat, in case you need to reset your alarm level, you head into the security office right here. So just magnetize up, stealth past that laser, and then clear your alarm status. You can also recharge in this room. If you're fast enough, you shouldn't need to, but if you do, this room's right here, and you can use it. Then just run past the camera while hugging the wall. Check where the robot patterns are at. That's a good spot. Here, you may want to wait for this guy, or alternatively, you can either just stun him or just run past anyway. It's pretty much up to you. Then grab this prototype, and I'll showcase the risky strat this time, since I showcased the kind of safe strat last time. So here, just stealth and run. And even if you do get busted,
I have to say,
then
it does kind of feel awkward.
if you right-click the lever in time, it'll still take you to the next level. Here, I'm intentionally going to get busted, so I can show off the keycard preservation strat. Please keep my keycards, game. Okay, thank you. Alright. The keycard preservation and non-keycard preservation strats are pretty much the exact same for this level, with the only exception that you want to open the door instead of going through the vent if you do keycard preservation. Sometimes it teleports you back up, not sure why that happens, but just something to watch out for. Sometimes I'll jump over that laser pulse, or a sonar pulse rather. It is kind of a risky move, but if you can get it, it does save some time. Alright. Sometimes robots will be slightly more in your way if you do keycard preservation. That guy's a lot further back, but there's a normal robot here, and there's a sonar robot right around the corner. Usually you can run past them, though. The fast strat here is just to recharge as you're running past. But I'm showing off the safe strat, so I'll just do that. 190 energy is plenty. I know you can beat the level with 110 energy. I believe it's possible with 90 energy as well from there, but I'm not 100% sure. Then run past that. Here you can see that robot's in the way, which is not great, but you can run past them. And I also run past here and hope that the robots are in a good pattern. Usually they end up being in a good spot, so it works out. Then grab X-ray level 2, and I'll showcase the safe strat this time. Run past that guy. Then here, stealth through. That robot means that the camera can't spot me if I'm behind him. And that's how you get out of that level. Alright, the next level, Bridges, is the longest level in the game, especially casually. Casually, it's also one of the most brutal levels in the game. Here, the keycard preservation and non-keycard preservation strats are vastly different, so I'm going to go over one and then the other. Alright,
Only one more floor
so
after this.
those strats, you want to start off by sprinting across this hall. Ignore that sonar, I'm showing off the keycard preservation. So run to the left, stealth past that, and then get into the excavation technology research. Forgot what it was called for a second. Then you go up into the vent, and there is a laser here. So just stealth past that. Then there's a sonar inside of this room. So you have to grab this. If you need to, you can recharge as well. This whole area right here is safe. Like these 3 blocks, and then this block, and the actual block that the recharge is on. Then right-click to drill out of there. If you need more energy, you can go into here. You shouldn't need to. I'm just showing this off since it's an Easter egg. And you get into this room. There are plenty of chargers there as well. That should only be necessary for 100% though. In any other run, you'd come out of that room and then come over to here. And back into this room. Actually, now that I did that, I'm low on energy. Give me a sec. I'm actually going to have to recharge. Dang it. I'll show this strat off again. And next time I show it off, I'll do the full strat uninterrupted. That way you can see what it looks like. This is also going to throw off the robot patterns, so I won't know what they look like. Yeah, this is supposed to be supposedly a disco party. It says disco on the wall. It's really hard to read because it's that small. And then it turns out the people up front here are actually the people who made the map, which is really cool. So yeah. In a run, you'd come out of here, run past this, and then stealth past this. Sometimes the sonar robot will be here. This time he wasn't, so you didn't have to worry about him. Then run past this section. This robot usually isn't here, so I'm just going to shock him. And then you make it here. You want to use this specific recharge if you don't recharge in the drill room, because the one in the main area, like right there in the middle, is really slow. I think it has to do with lag, but I'm not sure. Then, if you have keycard preservation, you can just use keycard here. And then go to the back of this, drill in. Then you have to get really close. And you also have to make sure not to step on that pressure plate, because if you do, you'll get busted. Then I use S to back out of there, and then turn and run out. Then here, there are two different strats you can do. You can either run through this room or run back through the hall. Usually, I'll run through that room. However, it is safer to go the other way. And here, another sonar, just walk past. And here, use the red keycard to get in. And you want to recharge. After you get out of that room with the prototype, you want to have at least 70 energy. So then what I normally do is hack that, then come back to recharge over here while it's hacking, and then open the door. Then stealth your way in, grab the prototype, stealth your way out. Now, there's a robot there that normally isn't, but you just get past that. Sometimes there's a motion robot here. Usually I wait behind him since he pretty quickly turns into that area, or you can run past him, it's up to you. Then run past there. You can use sensor to make sure that you're not going to get spotted. And drill through this wall right here. That motion robot usually is not there. Then right click there. That activates the first part of the bridge. I don't know if it's possible to get out while activating only one half of the bridge. It's definitely something that I should test. Then you go down into the water and up onto like the metal vent thing. The cast iron block, rather. Sometimes there will be a motion robot here. Usually is not too bad, though. Then you activate the second half of the bridge. Come back over here. Sometimes the camera will be looking at you, which is not great. Then run past. Activate the elevator. And then pull down the lever. I'm actually going to see right now. Yeah, I don't think that it is possible to jump that gap. Well, only activating one of the two. Alright, I'm going to show off the non-keycard preservation strat since I didn't get keycard preservation now. The non-keycard preservation strat is kind of similar, but you also have to grab a lot more keycards. So it's kind of different as well. So you also want to run down this hall, except here, instead of taking a left, you want to take a right. Usually that sonar isn't as annoying as he was there. He doesn't give you any alarm level. And then you grab the yellow key card out of this desk, and then head all the way back over to here. You can run past. I wouldn't recommend it, though. I'd recommend just waiting for the sonar pulse to pass. Then in here, you're just going back to excavation technology research. Drill through that wall. Sometimes here, you'll have a lot of alarm level in the non-keycard preservation route, and I'll show off what to do with that as well. So then, what you have to do is go into the women's bathroom right here, and then drill this wall. And that grants you access to the red key card. Next up, you need to go back over to there. Okay, since my alarm level's pretty high, I'll showcase that strat later. You want to drill through the first drillable block right here, and then into this office. Then from here, you can grab yourself the green key card. Then you either want to recharge back in the drill research room or right here. Which one you decide is up to you. Personally, I like recharging here, but that's more personal preference than anything else, to be honest. Then stealth through here and grab hacking level 3. Alright, now, suppose I'm pretty high on alarm level. What am I going to do now? Well, we're going to go to the security office and reset our alarm level. So you can just walk into this room right here. Watch out for that guy. Sometimes he spots you even if you're not moving. Thankfully today he doesn't seem like being a pain. Okay, he's turned the other way, so I'll run in. Here, you can recharge. It is a fairly slow recharge apparently though. And you can hack this computer to clear your alarm status, and you can hack this computer to disable that sonar right there. And I'm just going to recharge here since I'm low on energy. Throw down sensor before I leave the room, just to be safe. And then head over to stealth level 2. You can also run past that room if you don't need the extra alarm level to get past the end of the level. Recharge in here again, just make sure you have 70 energy when you leave the room. Stealth in, grab prototype, stealth out. Then the rest of the level. Yeah, see, he was detecting me there even though I wasn't moving. Sometimes that happens. I don't know what causes it though. Give me a sec. I'm going to... So since the rest of the level is the same, so you run across this hall, and sometimes that robot will be in the way. You might have to wait for him inside of the Chief of Engineering's room. Then just go along this hall. And then drill through this wall right here. Then activate the bridge. Oh gosh. Go over to here. Activate the other bridge and then make it past. The ending, like I said, the ending's exactly the same, whether you do keycard preservation or not. Alright, now I'll show off the entire non-keycard preservation route as you would do it in a run. So just run past that guy. Run past sonar, kind of hugging the wall there. Open up Chief of Engineering's room. Grab keycard, and then leave. I use sensor there. You really don't have to though. Then stealth past here. Use keycard. Magnetize into the vent. Then stealth. Use drill mode to get out of that room. Then stealth right here. Sometimes that guy spots you, sometimes he doesn't. Not sure why. Come over here, grab the red keycard first. Actually, I don't know if it matters whether you grab the red keycard first or second. That's just the order that I'm used to. Grab the... And I'm out of energy. Grab the green keycard, but since I messed up here, I actually have to recharge. Where's the nearest? That's the nearest recharge, isn't it? Fine, I'll wait for this guy to yeah, I have to wait for this guy to move. I should have recharged in the drill recharge room. That would have been the smart thing to do. Drill research room, rather. The room with the prototype in it. This recharge is really slow. I would not recommend using it under pretty much any circumstance. It might be slightly faster if you look down. Not sure about that, though. The reason it's so slow is mostly because of lag. All the recharges in the game are supposed to be the same speed. Please don't get me. Okay. Then into this room, grab the green key card. Need to go back through this room of death. Seriously, this room is terrible casually. I should have recharged before going in there. Now, oh gosh, I don't know if I'll be able to make it out. Then hack, grab hacking mode level 3. Run past, recharge. And then the rest of the level from there is the same as with keycard preservation, which I'm going to show off now. Come on, game. So with keycard preservation, you take a left turn here immediately. Stealth. Into this room. Up into the vent. Stealth across. Drill out. Stealth again to get past this laser. Usually I recharge as far as this recharge will give me energy. Stealth past that laser. Drill here. Move forward cautiously and then back up. Stealth back out. Go into this room or the main room. It's up to personal preference. Oh gosh. Hopefully I can show off the ending. Actually, open that door. While it's opening, recharge. I'm going to finish recharging right here. It's not really needed. It's more for safety than anything else. That way, if you run into a robot, you can stealth past. Also, yeah, I should mention, this is what the sonar cameras look like. The sonar robots look pretty much the same as the sonar cameras. But the way you can tell which is which is, you see how like this guy has a blue flame at the bottom? That guy's a sonar robot, whereas that guy at the end of the hole there has a red flame. He's a normal robot instead. So that's just a quick and easy way to tell which is which. Then run past that guy. Drill through there. Watch out for that camera if it's in a bad spot. Then go across. Get back up. Hit the other bridge. And then just run past. That was a bad example, but let's see if I can get to the next level anyway. And here, no matter what you do, whether you're doing keycard preservation or not, hands off of the keyboard. Because if you're doing keycard preservation here, like the keycard preservation route, and you start spam clicking, then you will get soft locked. What happens is the keycard goes back into your inventory and you can't get it out. And since teleportation needs to go into this slot, you won't be able to get teleportation, and you'll be soft blocked. So here, the strat is the same regardless of whether you do keycard preservation or non-keycard preservation. It's also the same with any percent. The one difference is that if you're running glitchless specifically, you have to do a slightly different ending, which I'll show off in a sec. So the first game band you use in this level is magnet mode. So you want to run past this guy. Usually I hug the wall, but you don't have to. Then magnetize here. Get real close to the laser, but not too close. Then let go of magnet, run forward, and re-grab the cast iron. That was a bad example, so I'll show it off again. So run past. There's also a more ambitious strat that you can do there. I'm going to show it off right now.
Hey,
so you
where's
just
it going?
run,
There's no
and then at the
access.
last second you magnetize.
You're far below
I didn't.
the elevator won't go back up.
I'll see if I can get it. I've been starting to go for this strat. It seems slightly faster, but it's also, from what I can tell at least, a lot harder. I'm not very consistent at it though, so it is possible that it's a really easy strat and I just haven't learned it yet. So just run past that guy. You want to get lined up here, and then boom, like that. Then from here, you want to come over to this area. Here, I will play it safe. I will wait for that robot to get in front of the camera and block its field of view before hacking the door. You can also hack it immediately, which is what I do, and I'll showcase that later, but I would not recommend that if you're just starting out. Then you can get through this door. I'll close it for demonstration purposes. Then here, there's this really bad looking room, but it turns out that you can actually just drill through the wall here. And you want to count this block as 1, and you want to move 1 over from the wall and drill. Then here, just go ahead and drill through this. And this room, if you run through while hugging the left wall, usually you won't have any difficulty getting past. Alright, this next room, you want to stun both of the robots at once. Then here I back up and use sensor to make sure that they can't spot me anymore. Because sometimes that guy can still spot you for a few seconds after you disable him. Then into this room, you just want to walk in and then stealth. You may want to check because that camera can actually see you in this corner, and so you may have to wait for that. Then from here, you want to, from where that door is, if that's forward, then you want to drill to your left. Then once you're in this room, there's an already open door that you need to go through, or rather an already unlocked door. And you want to recharge here. You need a minimum of 90 energy, but if you can get more, that's better. So here, I'm going to showcase the hard. Actually, I'll showcase the quote-unquote easy ending. This is the intended strat. I don't know that it's easier. Which one you want to do is up to you. The intended strat loses a ton of time, so if you're even kind of consistent at the fast strat, I'd recommend going for that instead. But here's the easy strat. So you walk up to this, grab onto it. Then here, I messed it up. You want to stealth into that cage. I'll showcase just the ending here for this time. Come on, game load. Alright. So here I'm just going to cut across. Skip most of the level in the process. Alright, so let's say I've reached this room. Then, so I get up here, and then turn right and stealth at the same time, and get into this cage. Hack this prototype.
Really?
Then you need 200
No,
energy
you're
to
kidding
use
me.
this,
You
which
do
is the
realize
reason you
there's
have to
a
go
fire
back.
for this.
Stealth
Live
out of the
the rest your
cage,
life,
and
knowing
here
that
I'm
there's
holding
fire.
shift,
Are you okay with
or
that?
sneak, whichever you use, so that I don't walk off the edge. Now, this is the hardest jump in the game. You want to jump back and magnetize onto that. What I usually do is I line myself up with the second row of pressure plates here, like that. And then you walk back. From there, you right-click on a recharge, wait until you have 200 energy, and the second you have 200 energy, right-click on teleportation, and you're done with the map. I'm also going to showcase the strat that I believe to be, I don't know if it's riskier or not, it's a lot faster, that's for sure, and it's the strat that I do. So I'm just going to go out of bounds so I can get back to that level quickly. Actually, I want to be in survival so it doesn't force me to watch the intro cutscene. Then go into this level, game mode adventure. And this is where you'd be normally. So you'd be coming down the elevator ride or getting busted depending on how you've configured the level and the map. And so you're going to come through here. Run past. Then you can either do the safe strat that I showed you, or you can just jump and then magnetize. Not sure which is safer, to be honest. Run in front of the camera here, and then run away while you activate that door. I shouldn't have done that here since, yeah, my alarm level is really high. But then you just go through this room. Yeah, I should have hugged the wall there. World record in any percent doesn't hug the wall. I hug the wall in all my runs, though, and it seems to be much more consistent. And I've never gotten past, I've never gotten more than this much alarm level from it. So, showcasing the risky strat once again.
Hey, where are you going? There's no exit.
Sometimes you won't trigger that voice cue. That's nothing to be concerned about. It's just if you land in the right spot or not. Don't have to close that door there. Just doing it to be safe. Then hug the left wall in this room. And I'll show off the risky strat this time. So,
Just stop already.
stun these guys, stealth to the door, and then open it. And then immediately move out of the way to the right in case the robot can still see you. Then in here, stealth. Depending on where you are, you may want to use sonar, or sensor rather, to make sure that he can't see you in this corner. And then from here, stealth. Across to this room. Recharge. And then drill through this wall. Alright, now for the risky strat. The reason this strat works is, after you get busted, you have a short while that you can move. But the first part of the strat is recharge up to full right now, instead of later. And so you want to have 200 energy before even attempting it. Otherwise, the strat's impossible. Now, what you need to do is magnetize up onto this. Then drop down onto that row of iron blocks there. Hack the prototype and immediately teleport away. So, like this. Like that.
Please don't.
You have to be pretty fast with a magnet mode, because if you go too slowly with magnet mode, your energy will decrease to 196, and that won't be possible. Also, after you get busted, you have to move quickly with your inventory menuing, because if you don't, and you go to jail, you lose the prototype, and probably also the run. If you're at my level, then you can't get busted a single time, and so if you get busted, you just lose the run. At a lower level, that death would probably be very costly, but it might not be the end of the run. And so, yeah, that's pretty much the entire map. Man, my throat is sore from talking, so, yeah, if you have any questions, then now's the time to ask. Very nice tutorial. Yeah, I'll probably put it on YouTube as well. All right. Yeah, I'll definitely do that then. All right, now I'll actually do some runs. Let me open the right set of splits though. There we go. Oh, one more thing I want to discuss. Fresh copies of the map. When should you get a fresh copy? If you're using an unmodified copy, which I would recommend for glitchless, I'd recommend getting a fresh copy every time. What I do is, you can see I already have a bunch of copies, so I can just get another one without having to copy, like going into my app data saves folder, copying that, and then reopening the game. Because every time you make copies or change something in your saves folder, you have to close and reopen the game, otherwise it won't take effect. And for the optimal version of the map, what you can do is, if you die before the intro cutscene, you can just /kill. Theoretically, in an unmodified copy of the map, you could also /kill at any point, and it'd just bring you back to the welcome wagon. I wouldn't recommend it though, since that causes fake level loads, which can sometimes lose you time. Question? Sure, what is it? What are optimal settings for the speedrun? Okay, this is entirely up to you. The settings that I personally use and that give my computer the best robot patterns are as follows. So you want to look at the settings here. Render distance equals 8 is pretty fundamental. You don't want to set it higher or lower because otherwise the map will actually break. Then alternate block has to be on. Those are required. Then what I do is, in video settings, I set map levels to 2. Setting it to lower does decrease lag. However, if I decrease lag, the robots are in worse spots. Brightness is moody, doesn't change anything. I set the particles to minimal instead of decreased. Decreased is probably slightly better since it allows you to see some more things. Actually, I'll run with that for now. Max frame rate doesn't really matter. Render distance should be 8 chunks. And I set graphics to be fast, smooth lighting to be off, clouds to be off, and Unity shadows to be on. Let me just, if I remember correctly, that actually broke things. So I'm just going to stick with this for now. I don't remember if Entity shadows broke things. Actually, I'll do a run without it, because why not? So yeah, those are the settings I use. It gives you, having more lag typically gives you less alarm level since the cameras can't spot you for as long. Like, if you're moving at the same speed and the camera detects you 15 times a second instead of 30 times a second, then it'll give you less alarm level. It also does mean, though, that like hacking keypads takes longer. So there is definitely a trade-off there. In any event, I'm going to start a run.
So, what exactly got you into this line of work? You there?
Also, side note,
You've been
intro
working.
cutscene skip and escape
That's
cutscene,
great.
escape
Nice way to
elevator
start.
load skip are both banned in
guess your
glitchless.
mic's
So
up.
in glitchless, you
Just
have
keep
to
going.
use
It
a
doesn't
fresh
matter.
copy of the map pretty much, and not go for keycard preservation. You can find all the rules and such